We've seen the Aurelia versus Jace matchup a couple times already in this tournament, which is going to be Stanley up against McNoon most likely. And it's kind of went both ways. When Wicked was on Aurelia, he was able to shut down Jace, but when McNoon was on Jace, he was able to destroy Aurelia. So now we're going to see.
We'll see whether he manages. If anyone knows that, yesterday there was all sorts going on, and it's something that the teams do talk about. They can't give it up, and immediately McNoon getting caught out there by the Jace of Stanley. It looks like they're going to back off. Wraiths are open. There was no ward placed there, but immediately Taipei Assassins have pinged there. Najin Sword just walks straight into that position. They're going to place a ward over at the Wraiths, I feel. It's going to be Lil Ball's going to go straight in there. Mistake will put that ward down. There we go. Right on top of the Wraiths. He wants full vision of what's happening on the Wraiths. And immediately you can see also down the bottom lane, Wraiths ward. Bottom lane, they are going to dive in towards Mistake. They do get the dazzle down, but they do not have the aggression. And watch, well, they knew he was there, so it was already pretty much predicted.
He ended up just trading the flash.
Mid lane, Song is going to get caught out. First person's going to come in. It is going to be Toys that picks it up. Lil Ball, though, with the ignite. He hasn't got the shield on him. Will survive it, though. His innate health will help him out.
So the first to do their thing while he stays isolated, getting them that global gold would be his best contribution to the team. Overall, though, we see about a 600 gold lead, but TPA, nice steal on the Wraiths there. Oh, there's the flash ult!
There's the flash ult. Watch is going to try and pull him in towards the tower. The prison, there wasn't quite enough, and that's going to be Toys using his ulti. Here comes Lil Balls on towards Watch. He's just covering off, really, and Toys is going to back away from that one. He's got McNoon coming down the river, immediately reacting to that one, as well as being followed down the bottom lane. Now you can see Mistakes in a pop absolute zero. Can they take Kane down? Vivi is going to be all over him. He should be able to finish him off. The ultimate coming across. Prey's going to take on towards Vivi. Now he can try and take down Mistake as well. Mistake's got to be careful he doesn't get caught out by this one. Lil Balls had travelled down to that bottom lane along with Toys, but it wasn't to be, and that was an even exchange in that bottom lane. Well, say even. It's an AD carry for a support. That is not even.
That does come out.
Top lane, though, McNoon's also getting dived on.
So much aggression.
Is all over him. He's just going to force him backwards. So let's have a look back at that bottom lane. I mean, how do you rate that one? Obviously, Vivi going down is a big thing.
I think that's an unfortunate pickup of kills, and there's 3 members coming up top. He's going to see Rise in a ward. He does have his flash up. I think he can escape this one. Yeah, he manages to flash through. He gets stunned up. Can Song get in there? Song hasn't got a flash available, I don't think. He manages to not watch back. There's the flash. Oh. There's the kill by Song. Just zips in time and gets the Rune Prison and the last blast. Very nicely played. Maxi for Lil Balls and Toys. They've moved away and they've put the ward down, but Watch is taking down that ward that they've just put in there. Now they have it covered off, and the rest of the team are collapsing in around this one. This could be a 4v4 here, right here. Toys in there with his attack dissonance. Lil Balls coming in. They're going to try and get the steal. The smite steal is almost certainly going to have to be used. Instead, they're going to stun on towards Lil Balls. There's the Orianna ultimate. There's going to be the absolute zero following up. Lil Balls is taken down by Song. Song's going to get dropped immediately on the back of that one. They're going to turn their attention to Kane. Kane should go down on the back of this one. Yes, he will. It was a double kill for Toys, as expected. Meanwhile, the top turret did go down in amongst all that, and you can see McNoon has taken the first one, but Dragon could be picked up off the back of this one. So very much even exchange. Even gold right now, but this Dragon will turn things in favor of Taipei Assassins. And that was a very sneakily executed fight by Taipei Assassins. They tricked Najin Sword into thinking they caught Lil Balls out of position and Toys beyond the fight, but he could reach over and got that perfect Orianna off onto the entire Najin Sword team. That's what really turned it. He then flashed over, they all followed up, and that 2-for-1 with the blue steal is pretty big.
Pretty big indeed, and it was Bebe that helped out there. He picked up 3 assists, and it's 3-0 for Toys now. Obviously, like I mentioned, he picked up out of themes. Now he got the Sorcerer's Shoes along the top of that one, as well as a blasting one. And now McNoon in towards the middle. It's actually McNoon versus BB in the mid lane at the moment, because that top lane turret has gone down. In terms of turrets, really the top was completely untouched by Stanley. Mid lane, about half for Toys at the moment. Toys definitely being the aggressor in this mid lane. 140 CS to 107, so that's a pretty big difference already in terms of damage-wise there. BF Sword being picked up by Ezreal. Meanwhile, obviously the Zeal, there's the ultimate on Song in the mid lane. The Song's going to get caught out here. Has not quite got the ignite down bound, but the attack will come in, and that is now a 4-0 Toys, and Toys is very, very strong. And prove, looking like Lil Balls is going to try collapse on McNoon. McNoon realising that and had to back away. The rest of Najin Sword now going to try and collapse in on this middle lane. They're going to come around from the Wolves though, but Taipei Assassins very much ready for this one. And you can see just off the side there, Lil Balls is very much ready. He's going to go straight in, puts the cleaver across. There's the ultimate. Straight across, ripping and pulling there. Lil Balls actually getting caught, taking a lot of the damage. McNoon is going to get dropped by Stanley straight away on the backside. They're going to dive in. That's going to be another kill on Phoebe. Taking him straight down. Mistake gets watched as well, and they had to flash away from this one. This should surely be a turret on the back of this one. But, well, Taipei Assassins were very much ready for that. They're going to go
right
for
for
Baron.
Baron.
They're going for Baron.
And that fight was really just everyone keying on Macnoon except for Toys. Toys just handled 3 members of Najin Sword with 1 Orianna ult and allowed them to split that team fight up and just take it one at a time. This is going to be an uncontested Baron and a stranglehold on the game for Taipei Assassins once they get this down.
Taipei Assassins opening up the account here. Their very first match of Season 2 Regionals. We saw Moscow fight for an impressive performance already.
Scary for Najin. Kog'Maw does not even have his Infinity Edge yet, and that's when his damage is really going to just multiply. You get the Infinity Edge of Phantom Dancer, it's pretty much double your damage as soon as you complete that item, on top of the Nunu. And now that they have the Jace poke from Stanley,
there's the Orianna! Ultimate pops across, Toys drops Prey down before he had chance to react to that one. He gets a second, Song's going to get dropped as well. That's going to be Kog'Maw picking it up, but Watch is going to get stripped down. A double kill, and that's going to be the dunk at the end with a triple kill for Bebe. An unbelievable play. They just managed to catch the Orianna ultimate again and again. Toys is just shredding them apart. That's going to be the turret. They could easily take the inhibitor off the back of this one. Honestly, GG's given. That's going to be Taipei Assassins taking game 1 against Najin Sword.
So Taipei Assassins has done this last game too. They put down more early wards than Najin Sword, and if you look at the support's item choices already, Mistake has went with nothing but wards and potions, whereas Kane has went for the Fairy Charm. So early on,
yeah, the ping goes on towards Watch. They know that he was there, possibly heading south. Or Lil Balls has passed straight through the Tribush ward. They're going to get spotted. They know he's coming. Are they prepared for it? That's the question.
They may actually be baiting this a little bit because they're not falling back.
They're going for Kane. I think they have the damage on him. He's going to flash away. Lil Balls should be able to finish it off. Yes, he does. Gets first blood. Stanley's going to get taken down very low here. Lil Balls shouldn't be able to walk away without too much damage. Prey's going to try and catch on to him. Stanley's going to have to try and distract them. Lil Balls could well get caught out here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they're getting distracted as well. You can see Toys. That's going to be a twisted advance. Just about caught on. That should be the death of Lil Balls. That will be a double buff going back and forward. It's going to be Prey they want to give it to. He's gone away with it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no! Prey managed to catch him out there. Stanley, though, should get caught out as well. They're trying to tower dive on. He's taken down very low as well.
They're going to go for it here.
Morgana, meanwhile, in the mid was forced back. They are going to go for it. They're going to go for the dive. Song's going to come around, misses the dive, binding, trying to shield as much as possible, but Song picks it up. And the shield, would you believe it was a turret kill? He didn't get any damage down on Corki. And that's going to be surely the bottom turret going down as well. Song will finish that one off 2-1. Najin Sword with the lead.
And what did Stanley just buy? He's coming back to lane with the cages.
Happen though, and just backs away, realised he didn't have the situation. They know exactly where he is. Well, he actually gave his position away as well, which not helping. Meanwhile, they're going to dive on Stanley down the bottom lane. It's going to be a complete dive in. The Morgana ulti will go off, and Song picks up the kill on Stanley there. And Macnoon will be able to put a lot of damage down on this turret here. He's got a siege minion with him. Meanwhile, we can see just at the flash away. That was Toys trying to catch on towards Watch there. Does put the ultimate down there, Watch.
On Vladimir, he would do 4 of them at once and have like 60% spell vamp. He's quite an innovator, and this is something we haven't seen in the past, is the Kata's lucky pick on Shen. If he's planning on just being passive and farming in the side lane, and he needs to catch up in lane, it could be really good choice.
There's the top lane. They've hooked on towards Prey there. I'm not too sure if they got the damage. The crescendo goes across. Will it be enough to turn things around? The Shen ultimate coming in now. Can they catch on towards Prey? They're going to have to smash him, catch him out. They will do Stanley on him. And now Kane's going to have to back away from this one. He has got Watch in support. You can see Morgana heading up the river. The Morgana Song will be.
Oracle's match. They're going to be taking a dragon fairly shortly. We still have both AD support up top, so forcing that dragon is going to be interesting.
Oh, Lil Ball's got to be careful. He's just clearing out the Oracle, and immediately Macnoon jumps on it. Didn't go for the Gamma Strike, didn't get the stun. There's the wall. Good protection work from Toys. We've just seen the crescendo in the top lane. They're going to hook on there. BB's going to be taking no low, very low. Prey manages to get away with it. Kane is now just kiting Mistake around. Mistake's going to have that mana shield. Actually, no, he's got no mana. He's going to get the shield pop up there. And Prey managing to survive off the back of that one. And well, the Shen ultimate didn't get a chance to come out because it was not available. And that is why Macnoon now going to head towards the top. They're pinging. They want to go for Mistake in that top lane.
He's
Macnoon
low enough. They want to dive.
They want to dive him. He's going to jump in. The counter strikes up. Manages to get the ping off on him. Should be able to finish him off. Macnoon's going to tank this one up. And it's going to be Prey that picks up the kill. And there is a great tower dive. 5-2 now, the advantage in terms of... They're going to think maybe even hook blue through. No, Mistake's just going to trundle away from that one. They realise it is up. Yes, they are. They're going to come around. They're going to clear out the ward. They're probably going to try and hook it through. Actually, Prey now has just picked it up. Oh! Got to be careful of Macnoon. I was about to say on Stanley down that bottom lane. We're also seeing the blue getting hooked away there. Mistake's just keeping Prey away. Kane is there. He could try and poke across, and they have picked up the blue buff, so there's steal on the blue buff there from Taipei Assassins as well.
So I'm just trying to figure out why the gold is so even between both of these teams, because it's 6 kills to 2. They've both taken down a turret. That one dragon happened as well. So what's happened actually is with all those early GP10 items that Stanley
the dive on Toys.
Oh, here it comes.
They've dived on Toys, Twisted Advance went under there, and then Magnoon's got a stun down as well, but the rest of the team are going to join in there. Lil Balls hooks on towards Watch. They try to pull him on, the Ezreal ultimate comes across, but the Crescendo is there again. Lil Balls gets dropped, Toys gets dropped. He's just got that rebirth to try and save it. Crescendo ultimate coming in. Oh, and there's just a spawn for Stanley, and that manages to get the hook on, pulls Magnoon away. Stanley's spawn time perfectly down there. He meant to die earlier on. How do you rate these two teams? I mean, how are we looking here? Who's got the stronger team as we start stretching the game out?
Looks like Najin Sword definitely has the beefier team in a lot of
the
these
hook
there's a hook!
They've hooked on Magnoon. He should be able to jump back to the rest of his team. Instead, no, because that's going to be the ultimate card coming out from Lil Balls. Lil Balls gets caught though! Absolutely dropped where he stood. The stun comes out, but it's not enough because the Star Shield goes on. The Black Shield, Morgana tries to pull them out. Stanley's going to get dropped. That's a double kill. They're going to get triple here. Mistake is taken out very low. Prey should be able to pick it up. Song stolen instead. Prey goes in. He Valkyrie's in. Can't take down BB though. And it's backed away. And what a crazy engage. Honestly, we've seen it before. Well, we didn't really get to hear much of them.
Well, much more subdued
no,
team.
but meanwhile,
Stanley
Stanley takes down Magnoon in the top lane there. Meanwhile, Mistake's going to get caught out here. The Shen Ultimate coming in though on towards Mistake. They should be able to catch up towards Watch. Crescendo gets across. Lil Balls is going to be very low there. Watch is going to get dropped. That's an Oracle down. Lil Balls, meanwhile, they catch up towards Song. Song gets dropped as well. This is a great turnaround by Taipei Assassins. They're going to try and push on towards Prey. He's got to back away. They should be able to pick up the middle turret. They're going to target it. They're pinged it on, and they will. And Kane's got to be very careful. He doesn't get taken away from this one. Stanley happy to take a tower hit, and they will pick up a 3-for-1, sorry, I should say. And Stanley, well, actually, technically it was 4 because they did take Magnoon down earlier on separately.
Najin Sword needed that fight to happen about 2 seconds later. You saw Song act next big team fight win, if it's substantial, going to snowball into that Baron. Right now, though, TPA does seem to have control. They're going to rush down this Dragon, and Najin might not be able to get this Baron in time.
Are they going to react and try and squeeze a Baron? They have initiated. Watch has started off here. They may try and get the counter here. They do have enough damage.
He's running straight for him.
Taipei Assassins heading straight up there. Here comes Stanley. He's going to try and get a taunt across them. Of course, Lil Balls could hook on someone, and immediately they disengage. And a wise call there. Mistake wants to get a hook on someone. They're going to try and counter, push them off. And Mistake's going to go for a hook through the wall here. Is it going to be a blind hook? He's caught Magnoon! He's caught Magnoon! Can he do the damage on him? He does manage to get a lead strike away. And Lil Balls has gone aggressive. He's gone deep. Crescendo comes across. They do manage to shut him down. That's going to be Song also going in there. Manages to get the Morgana ultimate, but they get the power fist on towards Song. Song's going to get dropped. That's a double kill for Toys. They're going to turn this one into a possible inhibitor. They're going to push on the inhibitor turret. The turret will go down. And that was a total blind hook there. No, they managed to throw out the ward just before it. I didn't notice that go down, so Mistake popped the ward down, pulled the hook. Very nice play, Taipei Assassins.
They were sneaky about how they pulled. They didn't pull in Magnoon where the team could immediately respond to it. There's no way everyone can make it over that wall in time. They also walled off a lot of the team with the Anivia, almost screwed over Lil Balls when he tried to flash in, but now they're all extremely low. This is actually dangerous. They're going to go straight for it, but there's 3 strong members of Najin. They might try to peel a 5v3, even though they're all low. This is going to be close.
The hook on Magnoon again. They brought him back in. They managed to silence him off, so he can't leave strike away. Toys is going to get rebirth pop, though. Magnoon is going to get dropped before the rebirth's used. Now they're going to turn around towards Watch. Can they manage to get the hook down? Bebe's going to close in. Has Lil Balls got his ulti available? No, he's not. And they're just going to back away. So again, they've baited.
These out right now. I wonder if TPA is going to try to get a good hook in while they're in that sea of wards. They don't get that one onto Magnoon. They're trying to get another through the wall hook with this sea of wards. Najin's going to try to get a fight in this corridor so the Crescendo can hit everyone. There's a pull!
They're coming around the back. There's the pull. And the Watch was coming around the back side though. And this time Magnoon is going to jump in. He's going to go towards Toys. The Crescendo goes across. Lil Balls is going to get dropped very quickly this time. Could Najin Sword pull this fight back? They need to keep this fight up. They need to, or they will be out of this tournament. Surely no, because Taipei doesn't get the whole ace off the back of that one. And Najin Sword initiated. Could that be Taipei Assassins going through to the semi-final versus Moscow 5? GG given. That is it. 2-0 Taipei Assassins. They take it.
Taipei Assassins surprise.
Brackets as well. As you can see them, I've been blabbering on about it, but there it is. Taipei Assassins versus M5 BenQ. The semi-finals already locked in. I'm excited for that already. We've seen 2 absolutely fantastic matches this morning, Jack.
And honestly, now